DC Dahmer. Now, if you've been a fan of dcthedon since the beginning, you know exactly what I'm referencing right now. One of DC's earliest projects where he was able to display his unique melodic songwriting, the dynamic flow switches, the versatility. Like, go listen to tracks like Heartbreak Summer 2. My nigga was just on straight melodic vibes the whole song, and then you could just casually see the effortless switch to when I'm riding through your hood, east side, be with me, total fold, that is chromosome, meet with me. Come on, bro, dcthedon really, and then I ain't even gonna forget, and then you switch over to songs like 3 a.m. freestyle. Like, bro, this nigga could really like do everything, and it was very clear from this mixtape right here. This nigga really had the set of skills that it was gonna take to kind of take it to the next level. And not only was he not afraid to show his dynamic abilities, bro was not afraid to put his personal real life stories into the music. And I feel like personally, whenever an artist can do that and to be able to have that transparent ability to tell your fans this is what's going on in my life and make it sound good, like, I think that's gonna build a way stronger fan relationship than, you know what I mean, just getting on these tracks and just rap capping. dcthedon was able to eventually build that cult following to where now he doesn't need to dick suck and dick ride. dcthedon has ultimately made a name for himself for just being himself and just making music that made him happy and displayed what he was doing in his life. And you know, that's all you can ask for in this shit, bro. Like, nobody wants to be in a position to where they have to put on an act. Basically saw this dude grow up, bro. We seen him on the fucking hoop squad with LaMelo Ball. We seen him on the big ballers and, you know what I mean, hooping with them Chino Hills niggas. I ain't gonna lie, at first, like, I had noticed the nigga. Whenever I was watching the Ballers Life videos back in the day with LaMelo Ball, LiAngelo, them fuckers in the summer league and shit, after Lonzo went to college. I mean, mind you, I was watching the Chino Hills whenever it was the Big Baller 3. But I feel like after when Lonzo went to school, bro, and it was just LaMelo and Jello, and then after a while, it was just Melo. Like, I remember seeing dcthedon on the court, bro. Like, whenever it was LaMelo versus Zion, like, nigga, that shit was hype as hell, nigga. Everybody remember that shit over the summertime. That was peak hoops, and dcthedon was a part of that. And then whenever I drew the comparison, like, yo, the nigga that got me fucked up was hooping with Melo. Like, nah, we gotta support this nigga. But, you know, not only does, you know, hooping with LaMelo Ball kind of give you some credibility, and, you know what I mean, it kind of does push your face out a little bit more, because if you was just a regular nigga from Milwaukee, niggas would, you know what I mean, niggas wouldn't have taken you seriously for real. But I'm glad I did. I'm glad you hooped on the team with LaMelo, because then that gave your music another step up. It gave it another leg up. Not only did Lonzo Ball rap and make raps and hoop for Chino Hills and hoop for the big ballers, you know, we got dcthedon, and this nigga got a little swag to it too. This nigga, you know what I mean, he bouncy with it too. He can bang out, you know what I'm saying, he can hoop. And on top of the fact, he made walkthrough, nigga. So I was talking about when I walked through, bro. That shit was hard, bro. I remember working my first job. I was working with this old head. Me and this nigga was closing, and then usually whenever we closed, we had control over the loudspeaker. They had like a stereo system going through the building, and like they would play like these soft Disney rhymes and shit, these Disney ass tunes and shit all day throughout the day on one volume. But then whenever niggas would close, whenever niggas had to clean up the shop, motherfuckers would connect to the aux. You know what I'm saying? I had aux today. I had aux this day, nigga. I put on Sauce in my jet when I walked through. Yeah, Eric, go listen to Walkthrough if you are not familiar with dcthedon and never heard anything from dcthedon. I'm telling you, this old ass nigga never listened to the young niggas. He was never interested in the underground, none of that shit. Back in that time, it was the Juice WRLDs, it was the Lil Moseys, it was the YBNs. Like, that was the time we was in at that moment. But dcthedon was kind of still just hitting the scene. I was trying to put niggas on. Nigga, I play Walkthrough. He been like, oh shit, like, this shit kind of hard. Who this, bro? I ain't gonna lie, that was my first put on. Bro, back in the day, before there was ever a G book, before there was ever Niggas Hate the Real, I was still putting niggas on to underground music. Keep this in mind for future videos, for future reference. Whenever niggas want to say I ain't got the credibility and shit like that, nigga, I've been doing this shit. Fuck out of here. But yeah, I put my dog on the dcthedon Sauce 100 when I was DC Dahmer back in the day, bro. This is how long nigga dcthedon been around, bro. He been around. He been in this shit. But anyways, why are we talking about dcthedon today? It seems my nigga DC has been involved in a recent controversy with the upcoming rapper Slayr. Now, although I did just say that I'm involved in a lot of put-ons when it comes to the underground, Slayr is not one of those guys that I will be going around putting people onto. Like, it's just not for me, bro. Whenever it comes to people I don't listen to, I'm not gonna go out and say that these niggas are fucking ass. I'm just gonna be straight up with you. If a nigga tries to put me on to something that I'm just not interested in, I'm just gonna tell him straight up, yo, yeah, it's cool, but it ain't for me, bro. I feel like that's the most respectful way that you could, like, it's the most respectful way you could reject somebody's music put on. Like, bro, like, if I'm trying to put you on, for example, if I'm trying to put you on to some Osama something, right, and it's some we woke up to some fucking bands, worst part is you broke your man. If you sit there and tell me, yo, this shit is fucking garbage, like, this shit is trash time, put this shit up, nigga, and I sit there and I'm knowing that this is something that is in the ball house of shit that you listen to, and you're telling me it's fucking ass, I'm gonna be like, nigga, you listen to Bullymon, bitch ass nigga. Like, bro, Bullymon produced this beat. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? It's fucking ass. It's literally a derivative of some shit that you listen to. Now you're put in a position to where you have to defend shit that you listen to and that you like because of the shit that you just said. You could have just been like, yo, it's cool, but it ain't for me. I don't really like his voice. Whole time, you just didn't like the nigga voice. But now you gotta fucking defend yourself and defend Bullymon and all the niggas that you listen to. You know what I mean? Because you wanted to put yourself in that position calling somebody else ass, bro. Now I'm gonna put you in a skillet. It's like, nah, I think Perk actually produced the worst part. So like, bro, if it wasn't Bully, bro, Bully forgive me. But like, bro, like they all rap on the same beats anyway. Nigga, if you tell me that some shit that was produced by Draco FM is trash, right? And it's an Osamason song, say it was Cartel. You tell me that shit is fucking ass. I'm gonna say, nigga, you literally listen to Netspin. You literally listen to Glock 40 Spaz. They rap on the same exact beats. The same niggas fucking mix and master they shit. The same niggas inspired the music that you listen to and that you post on your story and that you post on your Instagram notes. The same niggas that made those songs are in the studio with Osamason. Like, come the fuck on. You don't really have a leg to stand on at that point. But anyways, Slayr, like, he's just not for me, bro. Like, I get all the jokes on the internet. Like, I'm not about to call him a burger boy. Like, I do sometimes on the internet when I make videos about him, but it's just like, bro, that's just jokes, bro. It's jokes, and I'm sure he knows that. But basically, dcthedon is an internet squabble with Slayr for some reason. I don't exactly know when it started, but I do know what started it. So apparently when dcthedon was like on his Instagram story, he decided to promo a song that was thought to have Slayr on it. I think it was just an audio file. It said DC X Slayr or something like that. And basically, like, Slayr didn't like that shit, bro. He seen that shit and was like, bitch ass nigga, like, I never made a song with you. I never cleared a song with you. Like, the fuck is you talking about? And to think about it on a deeper level, bro, like, if I'm Slayr and dcthedon had, like, say DC had this Slayr back in the day, or he had sneak dissed him, or like, say, like, even it was even like some pillow talking shit, like, you know, a lot of the times niggas get caught up showing their real feelings about niggas through pillow talking. I'm not saying dcthedon did this. I'm just giving you an example. If you're sitting in Slayr's position, right, and you heard through the grapevine that dcthedon been shit talking you, and next thing you know, you see him post on his story, everybody atting your Twitter, everybody atting your Instagram, like, yo, dcthedon X Slayr, yo, we about to get some generational shit. The whole time, the fans actually want this. The fans have been begging for a dcthedon and Slayr collab. Like, from what I'm hearing, the fans legit thought this was real. The fans really wanted this shit. The niggas was hype. I'm on some shit now. They were like, bro, I'm a grown ass man, bro. Like, Slayr, I'm a grown ass man, bro. Like, if a nigga's been slick talking me or like sneak dissing or pillow talking about me, bro, and I fucking see him trying to promo like a project with me and him, or like, you know what I mean, some music, I'm gonna be like, nigga, like, weren't you like just talking crazy about me? Like, bro, that would be a genuine question that niggas would have to ask, especially if you posted it on the internet. Like, if dcthedon would have just like sent it to his mans or like sent it to his label to get it cleared or something like that, Slayr has no right to get on the internet trying to talk crazy about him, because it's just like, nigga, that's not proven. And like, nigga, you have no idea if that was you on the song or if it was like a mix or something. Like, say he sampled the band Slayr or something like that. You never know. But it's just like, being in that position and like seeing somebody that you don't necessarily have a great relationship with get on the internet trying to come up I don't know, I'm not saying dcthedon tried to come up necessarily off Slayr, but it's kind of what it seems like, bro. Because if y'all didn't have a song that y'all had planned to release, or y'all didn't talk about previewing any music or anything like that, and if anything, the last thing, I'm speaking from Slayr's perspective, the last thing I saw with your name and my name, it was you talking shit about me, nigga, I'm gonna say something too, bro, and it's not gonna be positive. Slayr went on the record saying niggas is mad at me for LARPing a song with me, with a dead emoji. Now, dcthedon wasn't happy about this. He started firing a barrage of shots at this nigga Slayr, and I'm not gonna lie, I got a good laugh off this shit. Like, I don't co-sign none of this shit, because I don't know either of these niggas for real, but like, bro, I ain't gonna lie, what DC said was low-key funny. Bro said, fat ass, I take back what I said, I'm smacking you with a Krabby Patty when I see you. DC might actually be serious with this shit, because he did slap the dog shit out of a nigga at his show. I ain't gonna lie, bro, I did have to talk about that shit. dcthedon heard a nigga in the crowd telling him he was trash and that he wasn't Travis Scott. Dog, my nigga walked off the stage and pimp slapped the fuck out of that nigga, bro. I did not forget that shit, bro. So Slayr, you might actually get slapped with a burger and have burger grease dripping down your lip or whatever when you see dcthedon. He might be dead fucking ass. Tubby starts crying on stage, realizing being a niche underground artist doesn't unlean. Slayr is like me if I was never athletic, attractive, or knew how to dress. Let's not forget that underground only accepted you as a Make-A-Wish kid after Twitter bullied you for being uncomfortable on stage. Now, I don't necessarily know how to take this, because like, I'm not, like I said, I'm not in the sphere of Slayr. Like, if you were on on TikTok and Instagram liking a bunch of Slayr videos and a bunch of videos boosting his shit, like you're gonna get a bunch of Slayr related content whenever you go back on your feed. Same thing with X. If you see a bunch of dcthedon tweets, or if you see a bunch of dcthedon highlight videos, or him at Rolling Loud, and you're liking a bunch of that type shit, you're gonna see a lot of dcthedon content. It's just how the internet works. It's called the algorithm. And with a nigga like Slayr, like I'm not exactly sure. I just kind of see like the big shit, the shit where niggas is like frying this nigga for performing at a fucking Roblox festival or whatever that was. I think it was like a Make-A-Wish festival or like something, bro. I think it was like TechCon or like bro, I'm not gonna go on the record saying I know exactly where this nigga was performing, but I know that there was a bunch of niggas in the crowd with glow sticks and braces and fucking, you know what I mean, VR headsets and shit, and Slayr was performing looking like he was having a good time. And if that's your vibe, if that's your audience, then bro, get your bag. And bro, there's so much shit out here, there's so much money out here for niggas to make. I have no place to tell you not to go make your bag, bro. If you want to go and perform at Fortnite conventions and, you know what I mean, Dream Fest or DreamCon, whatever the shit be called nowadays, bro, if you want to go perform at the anime festivals, go do that, bro. There's a bag everywhere. That's what I feel like a lot of niggas gotta accept, bro. Like, niggas aren't always gonna come up the same exact way that the last nigga did. When situations like this go down, or whenever two artists are beefing, niggas be quick to compare their routes to success and compare, oh, this nigga has this many platinum records, or this nigga has this many monthly listeners. Like, a lot of niggas nowadays genuinely don't care like how niggas got to where they are, or like how long niggas been in the game, or how long, you know what I mean, the general shelf life of a rapper is, bro. Like, niggas don't realize that rappers aren't guaranteed to get monthly listeners. Rappers aren't guaranteed to get bookings forever, bro. Like, these niggas genuinely have a shelf life, and it's that of a running back, nigga. A running back stays in the NFL healthy and able to really give out, you know what I mean, prime abilities for like what, 3 years. After that, bro, they start to decline, bro. Them rushing yards start to go down, bro. Your odds for, you know what I mean, making the all-pro team and, you know, winning the Super Bowl ring as the #1 back, nigga, that your odds are very fucking low after 3 years, gang. Like, your body is just gonna, you know, take all these hits, and, you know what I mean, with age and all the shit you had to work through to get to where you're at, to be in the NFL, to be able to, you know, have that starting running back spot, bro. You probably have CTE by the time you get to the league. This is the same shit for a rapper, bro. Your shelf life is not that long, bro. You're not guaranteed after that first hit. You're on the clock, gang. You gotta start dropping hits, or after that, bro, like, you might fall off within the next month, because there's always a new nigga on TikTok like Netspin. There's a little white boy that's flashing $100 bills. You know what I mean? He just cashed out his paycheck from Burger King. There's always a nigga that's gonna be scratching his balls down on his dick in the middle of his room, hadn't washed in a week, eating ramen noodles, that's scraping the bowl, ready to take your spot. Like, that's what rap is nowadays, bro. Like, I genuinely feel like people just like see a monthly listener count and they think that that's the end all be all. Like, okay, this nigga has 2 million monthly listeners. You know, in 6 months he's gonna be passing Drake, bro. Like, you know what I mean? He's gonna 2, 3 million, 4 million, 5 million. It's guaranteed, bro. This nigga's already better than this guy. And then they just start making wild accusations, bro. A nigga could be at 8 million monthly listeners, right? Let's just say Ian, for example. I'm not saying this is the exact numbers that this nigga was at, but I'm just gonna use him as an example. Say Ian was at 8 million monthly listeners and Ken Carson was at 10 million monthly listeners, right? Or Ken Carson was at 9 million monthly listeners. I'm gonna make it even easier. If Ian was at 8 and Ken was at 9, right? Ian fans would genuinely get up on the internet. If Ian and Ken were to get in a battle of words, they would genuinely get on the internet and say that Ian is better than Ken, because in the next 6 months he's gonna be passing Ken in monthly listeners, even though he hasn't already done it. And I'm just like, bro, like, that's only one platform. And for two, you're making a wild accusation about a nigga that has put blood, sweat, and tears into the shit, that has been working his ass off for years. Ken's been around since 2020, 2021, around that time when Whole Lotta Red dropped. Ken has been around for a long ass time. So for a nigga like Ian to, you know what I mean, just have hit the scene in 2023, 2024, you know, a lot of his fans, they look at his numbers and they look at, like, you know, how fast he's kind of blown up. And yeah, he might be 1 million monthly listeners off from Ken, but that's no guarantee that in the next year he's not going to drop to 500,000 monthly listeners. Like, niggas will be ready to say that a nigga is ass and, oh, he's washed, this nigga is he's old as shit, he's been in the game for mad long, why is he comparing with Ian, why is he even competing with Ian, he should be at Cardi level right now. Like, I feel like a lot of fans, they take the numbers and shit and they just misconstrue them past the fact that, like, yo, these rappers aren't guaranteed to make a single dime off their music, gang. Dog, over the past year, bro, Slayr has blown up crazy, gang. Like, this nigga has done a lot, bro. I'm not gonna lie, like, in terms of just like calendar years and like what niggas have been able to achieve in 12 months, like, bro, Slayr has done a lot, bro. Like, this nigga has really, like, came from, I want to say the dumps of the underground, but he came from pretty much to where nobody knew who he was to where now, XXL freshman, about to go on his own tour, this nigga's massive. At Rolling Loud, at Summer Smash, like this nigga's, you know what I mean? He's really hit that stride, gang. And I mean, he's definitely at a point to where he's able to pop his shit if he wants to. Like that's something that, like, if I was a rapper that blew up crazy and I have now, you know, 1.5 million monthly listeners, I would pop my shit too. I just think the fans gotta take a different approach when it comes to comparing these rappers. If y'all want to compare niggas, y'all could do that, but I think as fans, bro, you have to start factoring in the fact that, like, yeah, some niggas have been around way longer, and you know, to be around for 8 years, like, that shit is a feat in itself, bro. No matter how big you think he is or how big you think he's supposed to be, dcthedon has done something that not a lot of rappers are able to say that they've done. dcthedon has been around. He's been through 3 record label contracts. He's dropped what, 8 mixtapes, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Mixtapes and albums. Like, this dude has been able to put out, you know, generational amounts of music, bro. He's been able to put out not only just generational amounts, but generational music on top of that shit, bro. He's been able to touch people, you know, in ways that, you know, the average artist can't, bro. dcthedon's versatility puts him on a completely different category than a nigga like, you know, say a Chief Keef. Like, I'm not discounting what Chief Keef's done for the scene, but yo, Chief Keef is really only for 1 or 2 lanes, but dcthedon has been able to make multiple genres of music, multiple lanes of music. You know what I mean? He's not gonna only be able to go to Rolling Loud and perform. He's gonna be able to go to Coachella and perform. He's gonna be able to perform at a spot like Van's Warped Tour. Like, bro, DC is one of those artists that, like, you know, is generational just in itself. And like I said, bro, Slayr has done things in 1 year that a lot of rappers have yet to have accomplished in their entire career, bro. We have niggas like D Savage that, you know, haven't been able to be at a Rolling Loud, bro. And Slayr has done that shit in a year, bro. D Savage has been, you know, begging Rolling Loud for even a look since 2015, 2016, bro. Like, you know, we got actual bum ass niggas that we could be calling out, but we choose to have 2 niggas that actually, you know, have genuine careers and make genuine music. Where we're sitting here arguing, comparing them 2 niggas, bro. These niggas, you know, a month ago, niggas would have been begging for a collab, bro. A month ago, niggas was begging dcthedon and Slayr to collab. But now, all of a sudden, like, niggas want to beef, and now all of a sudden, DC is washed, and he's 30 arguing with niggas, and he's chopped, and all type of shit, bro. Like, y'all niggas got to get over that shit, bro. Like, niggas, you don't have to. It's not gang warfare, gang. Like, we don't have to, like, gang up and beef against each other, bro. Like, this shit isn't that deep. It's really not, bro. I'm sure just one simple conversation, this shit could all be patched between Slayr and DC, bro. I mean, niggas will be back to begging them 2 niggas for music, gang. At the end of the day, bro, like, whatever these 2 niggas got going on, I'm sure they're gonna get it worked out. I genuinely don't think this shit is serious. Like, nobody died, nobody's moms got disrespected, nobody got beat up, nobody got they chains snatched or their, you know, their items taken, nobody got robbed. Like, nothing crazy happened to the point to where this is some, like, life or death shit. So on the back end of that point, there should be no reason that niggas genuinely start to hate each other over this shit, bro. Like, as fans, bro, stay a fan. Don't interject yourself into niggas' personal lives, bro. Like, you could really like one rapper, right? You could really fuck with a nigga's music, and you find out that this nigga's a fucked up human being. He sacrifices dogs and he eats people, like, you know what I mean, or some shit like that, bro. Like, you should never take this shit too personal, bro, because you generally don't know who these people are outside of this shit. And then now down the line, 5 years, your ass got to defend yourself because you was arguing for a nigga that did XYZ, bro. Imagine being a nigga that was jacking R. Kelly back in the day and was, you know what I mean, arguing with niggas in the barbershop over R. Kelly, how he the GOAT and how this makes him the GOAT, and then that exact freaky shit you was putting towards calling him the GOAT is the exact shit that he's sitting in jail for right now, bro. Imagine that. Now you looking like a dickhead. Just live your life, gang, bro. Like, the shit shouldn't be that serious for real in itself, bro. Shit's just music. If it makes you feel good, play it, bro. This shit is all vibrations at the end of the day. Like, bro, whenever you're having a bad day, you play some shit that puts you in a good mood. Whenever you're having a good day, you play some shit that keeps you in a good mood. That's forever how it should be. I mean, there's niggas that get up on the internet and soapbox about niggas day-to-day, you know what I mean, activities and shit like that, and that's cool, bro. These niggas, you know, that's what they love doing, bro. A nigga like me, bro, I love doing the media shit, bro. I love, you know what I mean, displaying my opinion when it comes to just shit that I'm passionate about, and that's how channels like Niggas Hate the Real get made, bro. Like, you know, like, all of the support and shit that I get is just a byproduct of that, bro. I was in school arguing about shit like this. I was in school debating shit like this, bro. Like, you know, Drake versus Travis Scott, or Migo is the next, you know, the next coming to this group, or like, bro, is Kanye gonna drop a generational tape with Ye, bro? Like, these are the conversations I was having, gang. Like, is Chief Keef actually fired, bro? Like, niggas was having combos like this way back in the day. So just, You know what I mean? Like something like this is directly down the line of some shit that I would always envision myself. And it might be the same for you. Like music has always been something that is a perspective driven thing. And I mean, if you have a unique perspective on life and you have a unique outlook on life and you could look at something from somebody else's, you know, point of view and be able to put that into words really good, then maybe this is something that you should be arguing about or something that you should be taking personal, because then you can, you know, go to your platform and put people on and, you know, persuade people to the better, bro, to, you know, push your message and to help people live a better lives. That's always the goal. But getting up on the internet and trying to like tear people down and like, oh yeah, we're gonna tear this guy down because he doesn't like my favorite rapper, like, bro, that shit is weird, bro. Unless dcthedon really did some inhumane shit, I don't see a reason for Slayr fans to be trying to like tear him down as a person. And the same goes for vice versa, bro. If you're a fan of dcthedon and Slayr said something about dcthedon that you didn't like, there's no reason you should be trying to tear him down as a person. At the end of the day, nobody's perfect, so I mean, shit, all you can do is try to live your life to the best. Yo, what up with y'all niggas? It's your boy, niggas hate the real, or G-Book, whatever you want to call me. I appreciate you for making it to the end of this video, but I would appreciate it way more if you left a like on this video. Now, these videos do take a while to edit and put out for you guys, and you know, it's not something that I'm gonna complain about, but it is something that, you know, I feel like I gotta ask, bro. Like, I feel like leaving a like on this video is gonna do a lot in terms of pushing it towards the algorithm and, you know, keeping these videos in circulation for you. And I mean, especially if you aren't subscribed, you're gonna want to like the video to where you see more videos like this. If you're interested in the underground, if you're interested in skateboarding and, you know, how those two layer together, I do feel like this is the perfect channel for you. More importantly than both of those, bro, like there's not a lot of niggas that are actually speaking the real, bro. Like I feel like people are so scared to get canceled and so scared, oh, somebody's gonna leak this or somebody's gonna, you know, expose me or like do this or that, bro. I don't give a fuck, bro. Say what you want to say. I'm gonna continue to speak the real no matter what, bro. So I mean, if you support real content creation and, you know, people giving real unfiltered opinions and shit about things without the fear of being canceled and the fear of, oh, he's gonna take my deal, my brand deal, my sponsorship's gonna get taken away, this is the channel for you.